Caden Capaldo. Caden is the son of Jim and Terry Capaldo. Caden is involved with cross-country, student council, National Honor Society, collision, champions on track, and Foursquare Club. And congratulations to all the 2018 Red Letter Day Royalty Corps. Let's have a nice round of applause for them. At this time, we'll be introducing the cheerleaders. First for the Watertown Arrows. Olivia Stanley, Morgan Schwartz, London Sykes, Hannah Gunther, Fiona Gunderson, Shelby Wietzma, Katie Beekler, and Aiden Leonards. And now the Patriot cheerleaders, Peyton Berry, Elizabeth Boyson, Holly Carlson, Savannah Chen, Lauren Jatan, Brooklyn Kellenberger, Emily Clout, Hannah Meyer, Alexa Miller, Chastity Morris, Ellie O'Connor, Kiara Pepper, Sarah Peralta, Skyla Rumsa, Kate Sargent, Kaylee Sorensen, Ella Stearns, Kristen Van Veen, Adriana Ware, and Jaime Yetbarak. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Howardwood Field for Patriot football. Tonight we welcome the team of fans of the Arrows from Watertown High School. The schools participating in this event are members of the South Dakota High School Activities Association, which have adopted the rules under which this game is conducted. A strong commitment to excellence, fair play, and sportsmanship are all vital to this activity's success. Lincoln High School and Watertown High School appreciate your recognition of the values being taught at this educational event. Your officials for tonight's game are referee Tom Tenniston, umpire Greg Fierstead, linesman Troy Hanson, line judge Ryan Tim, and back judge Brett Dobbins. These officials are registered with the South Dakota High School Activities Association. They have worked hard to learn the rules and apply them fairly. We request that you respect their honest efforts in administering this contest. Casey Miley, coordinator of athletics for the Sioux Falls Schools, is the host game administrator this evening. At this time, please stand and remove your hats for the entrance of our national colors and remain standing for the national anthem. All veterans and out-of-uniform military personnel may salute the flag. Please continue to stand and remain silent until the colors are retired. The colors are being presented by Cadet 2nd Lieutenant Archer Hoffpower, Cadet 2nd Lieutenant Riley Dinger, Cadet 2nd Lieutenant Harley Robinson, and Cadet 2nd Lieutenant Wyatt Wright from the Lincoln High School Marine Corps JROTC. The Marine Corps JROTC is a full credit elective course that places heavy value on the development of self-discipline, leadership, honor, and integrity. Our national anthem will be played by the Lincoln High School Marching Band under the direction of Dan Carlson and Sam Anderson. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Thank you. Now, as soon as the team gets lined up here, we'll have our introductions of the starting lineups. And we'll first introduce the defense for the Watertown Arrows. At the defensive ends, number 8, Matthew Glines. And number 52, Chase Anderson. At nose guard, number 68, Nick Jeffrey. At linebacker, number 17, Mitchell Lloyd. At linebacker, number 25, Brett Fossum. Linebacker number 41, Blake Holden. Linebacker number 50, Sam Strout. At cornerback number 2, Parker Schmidt. Cornerback number 10, Evan Falconer. At safety number 5, Adam DeYoung. And at safety number 21, Hunter Cordell. The Arrows are coached by John Hogo. And introducing the Patriots starting offensive lineup. At tight end, number 6, Zach Hansen. At right tackle, number 77, Noah Brown. At left tackle, number 57, Grant Triber. At right guard, number 65, Armand Durhigopian. At left guard, number 67, Jack Hughes. At center, number 58, Ethan Rogich. At quarterback, number 5, Tommy Thompson. At running back, number 26, Austin Sorensen. Wide receiver, number 9, Terrell Eisenbraun. Wide receiver, number 11, Wyatt Vandentop. And wide receiver, number 21, Nolan Ransom. The Patriots head coach is Jared Fredenberg. And tonight is the last chance to get your raffle tickets. The Lincoln Booster Club is raffling
Welcome to Howardwood Field here as the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots host the Watertown Arrows. Both teams are Lincoln 1-3, Watertown 3-1 here, looking for an upset. It's a nice day at Howardwood Field, about chilly, about 50 degrees, perfect football weather.
Watertown has won the toss and has deferred. Lincoln receives. Good luck, guys.
So Watertown has won the coin toss and has elected to defer, so they will kick off to Lincoln here. Start this one. And for Lincoln, they had a good start to the year, beating Rapid City along with a close loss to Brandon Valley. But subsequent blowouts by Roosevelt and O'Gorman have left them at 1-3, and they're looking to get a win on their homecoming.
And Watertown is 3-1 on their schedule. Don't have the strongest schedule as they've played Mitchell, who's a class below them, and both the Rapid City schools, who will likely finish 8th and 9th in this division.
So to kick off for Watertown, looks like number 12, Cade Rumsa. And back to receive will be duo of Wyatt Vandentop. And we're underway here. Kick sails into the end zone for a touchback. So out comes Tommy Thompson, the Patriots offense. Thompson been inactive for the last few games. They have not looked too good without him, so hopefully he can change the tide here for Lincoln.
As we believe Tommy Thompson got hurt in that Roosevelt game. He started the game, and then eventually Terrell Eisenbraun came in to sub for him.
And Eisenbraun, a starting receiver, will go back to his role here as Thompson will operate out of the shotgun with Sorensen to his right, and two receivers on each side. Thompson gets handoff Sorensen up the middle. He'll get a gain of about 4 yards on the play. Lincoln likes to rotate between running backs Sorensen and Melvin Tay. number 8. And Zach Hansen will check out of the game here, or so 2nd 5 for the Patriots here. Thompson the shotgun with Sorensen to his right. Hand off Sorensen. He'll cut to the right. He'll get stopped for a loss of about 3. I'll make it a 3rd and long for Lincoln here. Start out conservatively, 2 runs up the middle.
Third down and long here. Let's see what the Patriots will do, as they'll likely throw the ball for the first time here.
Thompson, of course, a little rusty after missing the last week and a half, but looks to rebound here as he stands in the shotgun. Sorensen to his right, 2 receivers on each side of him. Thompson gets a snap, drops back pass, fires left. It is incomplete, intended for number 84, Logan Needles, and the Patriots go 3 and out on their first drive. Very unimpressive. They only get 4 yards, and they'll send out number 21, Nolan Ransom, to punt to number 5, Adam DeYoung for Watertown. And it'll be interesting to see how Lincoln's offense goes, because that was a very stale drive by Lincoln. They need to open up the playbook a little bit as the punt snaps low to Ransom. It's a wobbly punt, and we'll take a Lincoln bounce to the Watertown 45-yard line. And out for Watertown comes their quarterback, number 11, Brandon Flory. He'll lead his Arrows offense out here to Watertown. A surprising 3-1 on the season, top 5 in the AAA media poll. That's a good start for them, as Flory will operate out of the shotgun. Not Flory, excuse me, that's Brandon Smith. He'll hand off up the middle for a gain of about 1. Gain of about 1 is number 5, Adam DeYoung.
And we'll see what Watertown can do at this field position. So they only have to go 54 yards for a touchdown.
As they did get a good field position after Ransom kind of shanked that punt off his foot, as Smith will stand in the shotgun, or in the pistol, excuse me. Handoff, or play action fake to DeYoung. Smith fires right, and that is intercepted by Sam Siegel. Siegel's back to 45-40 to 35-30 and pushed out of bounds at the Watertown 26-yard line. Sam Siegel, a great interception there. Brandon Smith, his receiver, did not have great communication on that play. And Lincoln is set up with great field position here.
That's a big start for Lincoln after looked like they had a rough start, giving Watertown really good field position and having a bad first drive. That was a big turnover there for the Patriots.
Yes, Lincoln's offense not too sharp on that first drive, but the defense bails them out, and they have 1st and 10 from the Watertown 26. Thompson in the shotgun with Sorensen to his right. Thompson gets a snap, handoff Sorensen on the left side. He'll break a tackle and get up to about the 22-yard line. That's a gain of 4. Make it 2nd and medium. And Melvin Tay will check in here for 21, Nolan Ransom. He'll check out of the game. And 2nd down and 5 for the Patriots. From the Watertown 21-yard line, Thompson the gun, trips right, Sorensen to his right in the backfield, and Thompson rolls right, under pressure, tries to get out of it. He's going to be sacked. That's number 52, Chase Anderson, bringing down Thompson for a loss of about 9 on the play. Make it 3rd and long. And this Patriot offense, with now facing a 3rd and 12 from their own 28, starting to look a bit stale again. Nolan Ransom checks back in the game.
And I don't think the Patriots are quite yet in field goal range. They're probably going to have to get at least to the 20-yard line to get a reasonable field goal.
No, they are not. And with 3rd and 12 from the 28, Thompson stands in the shotgun, gets a snap, rolls left. Looking downfield, fires downfield. That's over the head of Zach Hansen. That was an uncatchable ball. And Thompson showing a bit of rust here after missing the last 1.5 games. See if Lincoln decides to attempt a field goal here. I mean, punting from inside the opponent 30 is really not something you'd want to do. And so they won't. They'll send out Thompson and company here on 4th and 12 from the 28-yard line. Thompson stands in the pistol, Sorensen behind him, 2 receivers on each side. On a 4th and 12, Thompson gets a snap, drops back. Under pressure, he's sacked. It's number 41, Blake Holden, and this Patriot offense, blessed with great field position, turns the ball over on downs and loses 1 yard on the whole drive. What do you think is Patriot offense so far?
And that's a really big stop for the Watertown defense.
Yeah,
because to defend their territory, as that could have been a bad start for the Arrows to start this game.
So Watertown defense bails their offense out, and it's Lincoln offense now 2 drives and not more than 5 yards. So they'll have to fix some things on the sideline here as Brandon Smith will operate out of the pistol for Watertown. 1st and 10 from their own 36-yard line. Receiver motions right to left. It's a reverse to the receiver, and he will lose 1 yard. It was number 10, Evan Falconer. And Watertown tries a little receiver rush there, and that is not. And Lincoln sniffs that out. Make it 2nd and long. Both offenses here not looking too sharp to start the game, but things can change. So Brandon Smith will operate in the pistol again. 2 receivers on each side of him. 2nd and 10 from their own 36-yard line. Smith gets a snap, and he's going to keep it on the left side. He's going to get a hold of the 40 and get tackled about the 42-yard line. That's a gain of 6. They'll set up a 3rd and short for the Arrows. And that might be the longest play any offense has had so far this game. Pretty stale offensive affair so far.
And as you just saw, we see that the quarterback for Watertown, number 9, Brandon Smith, is also a big running threat, as you just saw there. As not many quarterbacks decide to keep a run.
And 3rd and 4 for Watertown. Smith operates out of the pistol. Receiver motions again. Play action fake. Smith fires right, caught, and I believe good enough for 1st down. That's to Parker Schmidt, the wide receiver. And they will move the chains. That is a 1st down for Watertown. The first down of this game for any team, and Watertown will now have the ball from their own 47-yard line. And Smith looking at the sideline, get the play from Coach Hodorf.
As Lincoln's starting to drive here, let's see if they can finish it and turn this into some points.
And now 1st and 10 from their own 47. Smith in the pistol. And there's going to be a flag on the play. We'll hear from our referee, Tom
It's going to be a delay of game on Watertown.
Delay of game, offense, 5-yard penalty, full 1st down.
So our first penalty of the game is delay of game. That's just a silly mistake that you really don't want to have happen. Just a little miscommunication there between quarterback and coach. They do it faster this time. Smith operates. Let's get out the pistol with Stevenson behind him and 2 receivers on each side. 1st and 15 from their own 42. And Smith drops back, fires deep right side looking for Evan Falconer, and Evan Falconer is going to score, I believe, a Watertown touchdown, or they'll mark him just short. That was a great throw by Brandon Smith to Evan Falconer. And that is going to be a touchdown for the Arrows. A big 42-yard passing touchdown from Brandon Smith. And the Arrows have the most dynamic play so far of the game. What did you think of that pass?
Well, it was a great pass, and he led him perfectly to where he can make the catch. Then eventually a nice play by the wide receiver, number 10, Evan Falconer, to reach over the goal line for a touchdown.
It was a great reach by Falconer there as Cade Rumsa will attempt the extra point here for Watertown. The snap good. Spot down. Kick on the way. It is good. And Watertown takes a 7-0 lead here early at Howard Field. 6:27 left in the first quarter. It's 7-0. Arrows will be right back on K-Learn. And welcome back to Howard Field here. The Watertown Arrows lead the Patriots 7-0 here. Cade Rumser will kick off here after a nice 4-play, 64-yard drive for Watertown that ended with a 42-yard touchdown pass to Evan Falconer. And Rumser will kick off here with his team up by a score. And this one will be returnable by number 84, Logan Needles. He'll get to the 28. He ran into his own fellow return man back there, and that kind of cost him a few yards, definitely. So the Patriot offense will come out for the third time today. They had a 3-and-out on the first drive, followed by turning the ball over on downs after they got a start from the Watertown 27-yard line. They really need to open up the playbook here.
Yes, they do, because if this continues the whole game, Watertown's just going to keep getting the ball back, keep turning it over, and Lincoln's just going to struggle in this game.
So 1st and 10, Thompson out of the shotgun. And he'll fire right. That's caught by Zach Hansen. Zach Hansen breaks a tackle and gets up to the 42-yard line. That's good enough for a Lincoln first down.
There's a flag on the other side of the field.
Right there is a flag. We'll see what our referee, Jim Peniston, has to say about that. Possibly a holding call.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Number 21, covered number 6, making him ineligible. 5-yard penalty, first down.
That's a ineligible receiver call. Number 21, Nolan Ransom, covered Zach Hansen. So Lincoln will get penalized 5 yards for that. Now face a 2nd and 15 from their 25-yard line. Their best play so far of the day negated by a silly penalty. And Thompson stands in the shotgun. And Hansen motions from right to left, make it trips left here. Thompson gets a snap. Fires left, caught by Logan Needles. He'll get corralled at about the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 5, make it 3rd and 10. But we'll see what there's another penalty here, and we'll see what this is.
Looks like another offensive penalty on the Patriots, which would be the second of the drive. And first one was a killer because it was a first down and would have given them a little bit of confidence.
It's quite unfortunate for them so far.
Face mask, defense, number 50, 15-yard penalty, results in a first down.
That is a face mask penalty on number 50, Sam Stroop. And so Lincoln will get a first down there after a Watertown penalty. They'll have 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line. Thompson stands in the shotgun. 2 receivers on each side. Sorensen lined up directly behind him. And Sorensen now motions to get to the left of him. Thompson fires left, looking for Zach Hansen. That ball is overthrown and incomplete. Just about 4 yards overthrown from Hansen. Coverage there from Watertown by number 21, Hunter Cordell. And Lincoln will now have a 2nd and 10 from their 45. Thompson timing just a little off here.
I also wouldn't be surprised, as they have Terrell Eisenbraun their backup quarterback. If Thompson keeps struggling like this, they could make a quarterback change later in the game.
Thompson stands in the pistol here and fires left, caught by Logan Needles. He'll get a block on the receiver screen, get to the opposing 49-yard line. That's good enough for a gain of 6 and make it 3rd and 4. And Logan Needles playing a decent role here in this Patriot offense. He was kept quiet most of their loss to OG last week. Along with Zach Hansen, the whole receiving game was real quiet. It was a big running game, obviously, with the backup quarterback in. Now 3rd and 4 from the Watertown 49. Thompson stands in the gun with Sorensen to the right of him. And Thompson fires one-handed catch by Zach Hansen. Great catch there. And he'll get down to 38-yard line. That's good enough for a Patriot first down. That ball looked a little off, but Hansen was able to corral that with a nice one-handed catch. And now
it's a great catch by Zach Hansen as that kept the drive alive and gives Lincoln some life.
1st and 10 from the Watertown 49. Thompson the gun. Play action fake, fires. Caught by number 11 wide Vandentop, and he'll get a gain of about 2 yards. Will make it 2nd and long. Lincoln's going with these quick little dink and dunk passes to the receivers so far, including receiver screens.
That's a smart thing to do when your quarterback's a little off. Just give them some short passes, give some blocks, and get downfield, and then eventually once your quarterback feels comfortable and back in rhythm, then you can just start.
As I was just about to say, they do seem to be working so far for Thompson them, so he will now stay on 2nd and 8 from the Watertown 37. Thompson in the gun. And it'll be a reverse of Sorensen. He'll get a block on left side to the 35, out of bounds at about the 31-yard line. That's a gain of about 6 yards, make it 3rd and short for the Patriots here.
And this could be 4th down territory for Lincoln, being it's only 3rd and 2 about. Just maybe run it up the gut twice and try and get a 1st down.
Yeah, they went for it on 4th and 12. I don't see why they wouldn't go for it on a 4th and short here, as that's number 9. Terrell Eisenbraun checks out. So 3rd and 2 from the Watertown 31. Thompson stands in the shotgun. Sorensen to his left. And hand off Sorensen up the middle. He'll try and find a hole, and he will be shut down for I think he'll get back to the line. That might be a fumble, and I believe Sorensen fumbled, and we'll see if Watertown has recovered it. And that's arrow ball. Austin Sorensen fumbles on the 3rd and short, and the Arrows will take over possession. 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line. Another turnover by Lincoln on a drive that was starting to look on their best offensive drive yet of the game.
Yes, that was a very bad turnover, as even if Sorensen holds onto the ball, it's 4th and 2, they likely go for it and just keep running their short passes, and they probably get the 1st down and keep their drive going. That's just a pain, and that might end them. They might end up shooting themselves in the foot after these few drives where they should have scored towards the end of the game.
And so Watertown will trot back out their offense. Last time a nice 42-yard touchdown pass from Smith to Falconer. And they'll 1st and 10 from their own 31. Smith stands in the shotgun with Stevenson behind him. 2 receivers on each side. And Smith drops back, fires left. That is incomplete. He's looking for number 4, Jake Werner, on the play, but that pass was just a little off from Werner. Smith has shown a good arm so far in his 42-yard touchdown pass to Evan Falconer. We haven't seen much of Cale Stevenson, if any, so far in the running game.
Yeah, and if that was a little more accurate pass, that could have been another long touchdown, as he had beaten his defender by like a good step or 2.
Lincoln got lucky on that one. Smith, hand off to Stevenson up the middle. He breaks out of a tackle and is able to, that's Brett Fossum. Brett Fossum, not Cale Stevenson. And Fossum gets a gain about 1. Be 3rd down and 8 for Watertown. And Smith stands in the pistol. Man behind him, 2 receivers on each side. On 3rd and 7, Smith drops back to pass. Fires right. That pass is caught by number 10, Evan Falconer, and that's good enough for a 1st down for the Arrows. That Smith to Falconer connection again bails the arrows out, and they have a nice 1st and 10 from their own 48-yard line. It was a nice pass by Brandon Smith.
Yeah, and that was a great concentration by Falconer. There's about 4 Patriots around in the area, and it was a great throw, like you said, by Smith, and then a great catch by Falconer.
So, 1st and 10 from their own 48 for Watertown. Smith stands in the pistol with Fossum behind him. Receiver motions. Receiver will keep. That's number 10, Falconer. Falconer runs on the left side, gets a block, and gets taken down at the Lincoln 49. That's good enough for a gain of 3, make it 2nd and long. And Watertown has been motioning the receivers and giving the ball to the receivers in the backfield quite a bit. You'll see Evan Falconer motion a lot, along with sometimes Parker Schmidt. And this Patriot defense has done well stopping the Arrows' rushing attack, but still trying to find how to stop this passing game. Here Smith stands in the pistol. Fossum behind him. Falconer motions. And Smith drops back, and there's a flag, and that's going to be, I believe, a false start.
We've seen a lot of that motion offense by Watertown with the wide receivers, the slot wide receiver in motion.
Offense, number 2, 5-yard penalty, remains 2nd down.
And that's a false start on the receiver, number 2, Parker Schmidt. And Watertown will now face a 2nd and 13 from their own 45-yard line. Second and 13 from their own 45 for Brand. Smith stands in the pistol. Fossum behind him. 2 receivers on each side. And Smith gets a snap, drops back, looks, fires deep down the field, left side. That is incomplete. The intended receiver was number 4, Jake Werner. But Patriots had good coverage there and no flags, which will have Watertown face a 3rd and long from their own 45.
And also we've seen from the Arrows that they've taken a lot of deep shots in this game, that being one of probably the 4 or 5 deep shots that they've taken in this game, and one of them involved in a long touchdown.
As Brandon Smith has not been afraid to throw the ball deep so far this game. And on 3rd and 13, that's what he'll probably do as he stands in the pistol, as he has most of the game, Fossum behind him, and 2 receivers on each side. It's 3rd and 13 from their own 45. Smith drops back, and he's going to be sacked. As a combination sack by number 75, Alex Opold, and number 88, Mitch Iker. And that'll make it 4th down and long for Watertown. They'll send out the punting unit. And coming out for Lincoln to return will be number 84, Logan Needles. And to punt for Watertown will be number 41, Blake Holden. Be a 265-pound tight end and defensive end. And that's a kind of short punt, little to no hang time. Needles will corral it at his own 25, get to the 30, and make a man miss at the 40, and be taken out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Good return for Logan Needles, set up this Patriot offense here at the 45-yard line. See if Tommy Thompson and company can get it together here after the unfortunate fumble by Austin Sorensen last drive when they were deep in Arrow territory.
And that was also a great return by Logan Needles to turn in what looked like it was going to go for about 5 yards and turn it into about a 15, 20-yard return.
And so 1st and 10 from their own 46-yard line. Thompson stands in the shotgun, trips right. Sorensen to his right. Zach Hansen low at the bottom of your screen. And that's Tay. It's Melvin Tay, I believe. Melvin Tay on the play. So they have subbed him in for, like I said, they will sub him and Sorensen in quite frequently. They like to do running back by committee, as they did last week against O'Gorman. And they will have a 2nd down and 8. Now Thompson stands in the gun. That's T to his right. And Thompson drops back, under pressure, steps up, and he's going to get sacked. That's number 8 for Watertown, Matthew Glines on the sack. We've seen quite a bit of sacks today. Both offensive lines are doing a sort of a poor job of protecting their quarterbacks here early in this game.
Yes, and I've seen that from especially Lincoln, as Watertown has taken 1 sack, and I believe that's the 3rd Watertown sack. Is they've done a great job of pressuring Tommy Thompson and forcing it out of his hand quick. And
now 3rd and 12. Thompson stands in the gun, trips, or that's not trips, excuse me. Thompson steps up, fires deep, looking for Vandentop, and fought for it, but he would have been out of bounds. The ball gets knocked away. That'll be 4th and 12 with 5 seconds to play in the first quarter. Lincoln will send out Nolan Ransom to punt, while number 5 for Watertown, Adam DeYoung, will return the ball here. And
that was another pretty bad drive for Lincoln, as they're going to really need to turn this around, as now their defense has to step up once again.
It seemed to have so far, Watertown with only 7 on the board. As the final play of the first quarter here, Ransom gets a snap, punts it. He's got some good hang time, doesn't go too far, bounces out of bounds at the Watertown 30. So Watertown will get the ball at their own 30-yard line to start the second quarter, up 7-0. We'll be right back. You're watching high school football on K-Learn.
During this quarter, and the drawing will be at halftime, and the winner will be announced. All proceeds benefit Patriot football and the Patriots for your support.
Welcome back to Howard Field here. Watertown Arrows leading the Patriots 7-0. They have the ball from their own 33 as Smith stands in the pistol with Fossen behind him. And receiver Falconer motions. It'll be give up the fumble. Fossen fumbles the ball and Smith recovers it and tries to run with it. He'll get shot down for a loss of 3 at his own 30-yard line. Just some miscommunication, a bad handoff, bad exchange by the quarterback. In Watertown, not the best play to start off a drive.
And yes, can be the problem with that motion offense, is that sometimes it can throw off the quarterback and then tried to do a fake handoff to the running back and then he lost control of it.
Smith today 3 of 6 for 61 yards with 1 touchdown and 1 interception so far as he stands in the pistol on 2nd and 11. And play action, drops back, fires right, that's complete. I believe that's a great catch by number 4, Jake Werner, to hold on with 2 Patriots hitting him right as he caught it. And that'll make it 3rd and short for the Arrows here. It was an 8-yard play. And so 3rd and 3 from their own 40-yard line. Smith looks over to the coach for the call. Arrows trying to keep this drive alive here. So 3rd and 3 from their own 40. Smith in the pistol, Fossen behind him. 2 receivers to the left. And Smith drops back to pass under pressure. Fires incomplete. He's looking for number 5, Adam DeYoung. But the Patriots are there to stop it. And they'll bring up 4th down and 3 for Watertown.
So it was a really big stop for the Patriots to get their offense back on the field. And their offense has struggled, and they're going to look to turn that around in the second quarter here.
And so on to punt is number 41, Blake Holden, for the Arrows here. Back to return is number 4, Logan Needles. He had a nice punt return for Lincoln last time. He'll try and recreate that here. Holden punts this a deep one, and Needles has to go back. And he's going to let that one go. And he probably shouldn't have done that because Watertown's going to pin Lincoln at their own 4-yard line.
That was a great special teams play by Watertown to let that roll and to got a nice bounce and a nice punt by number 41, Blake Holden, to have Lincoln back in their own 4 to maybe either get a safety or just a quick 3-and-out and maybe get the ball back inside Lincoln territory.
And that was a great punt by Holden there, and Lincoln will start backed up in the shadow of their own end zone here. And with the way the offensive line is performing, they're going to have to give Thompson some time or risk a safety here. So they'll 1st and 10 from their own 4 here, with Thompson standing in the end zone and the shotgun with Sorensen to his left and 2 receivers on each side of him. Thompson, Watertown looking like he might send a blitz here. And I think Lincoln got him to jump off sides with that. Watertown itching to get a sack and a safety there, but they might have jumped too early.
Number 25, 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
So that's going to be an offsides call on Watertown. And Lincoln will get a little bit of breathing room now, 1st and 10 from their own 9-yard line. Thompson stands in the shotgun, Sorensen to his left. And Watertown again almost jumping there. Thompson gets snap, handoff Sorensen. He'll go to the left, and he will make a man miss and get to about the 11-yard line. That's a gain of 2. That'll set up a 2nd and 3 for the Patriots. And I was pretty lucky of the Patriots to be able to get that offsides call, or else there could have been a real chance of a sack there on Thompson and a safety.
Yeah, and that's very right. That was a big jump by Watertown, as that might have ruined their chances on getting a couple points and the ball back.
So 2nd and 2 for the Patriots from their own 12-yard line. Thompson stands in the gun. 2 receivers on each side of him. And he'll hand off Sorensen again. Sorensen goes up the middle for about 16-yard line. That's a gain of 4 and good enough for a Lincoln 1st down. And so far 2 runs on this drive. Thompson has yet to throw here, as Sorensen will check out. And I believe that might be Melvin T checking in at running back. Yes, it is. So for 1st and 10 from their own 16-yard line, Thompson stands in the gun, 2 receivers on each side, drops back to pass. Thompson under pressure, fires up the middle, looking for Vanetop. Caught by Vanetop at the 45-yard lane, taken down by number 21, Hunter Cordell at midfield. That is a big play. It's about a 34-yard passing play. Longest one of the game for Lincoln. Best throw by Thompson today, and that's good enough for a Patriot 1st down. Pretty good pass by Thompson right there.
Yes, and that's a big momentum boost just to see Thompson have the confidence to make that throw, and now Lincoln's back at midfield. And
1st and 10 from Patriots at midfield. Thompson stands in the shotgun, gets a snap, hands off to T up the middle. He'll get to the 50, past the 52, about the 40-yard line. That's good enough for a Lincoln 1st down. Or they were going to say 2nd and short. 2nd and 1 from the 41 here. Thompson looks to the sideline for the call. In comes number 9, Terrell Eisenbraun as a wide receiver.
So that was a big run by the running back there for Lincoln. Just to, I don't know, the running game has pretty struggled a lot today. So that was a big play.
This is a good run by Lincoln there, and make it 2nd and 1 from the Watertown 41. Thompson stands in the shotgun. Receiver motion, gets a snap. Thompson drops back to pass, fires right, complete. Wide Vanetop again, and he'll get to about the 28-yard line. That's good enough for about a gain of 13 around there. And they'll set up. Tommy Thompson has looked good this drive. 2 big passes so far for him. I'll be at the 27-yard line, so that's a gain of 14 yards. And now 1st and 10 from the Watertown 27. Thompson stands in the gun, trips left. Sorensen now back in the backfield. Nolan Ransom at the bottom of his screen, gets a snap. Thompson fires left, complete for about a gain of 3 yards to the receiver there, Logan Needles, number 84. And they'll make it a 2nd and long. Those are some pretty good throws by Tommy Thompson so far this drive.
Yes, as he's responded after a rough start to that deep ball and then a couple short passes, and now Lincoln's all the way down to the 24 and a possible chance to cash him from some points, which looked like it could be an ugly drive starting from their own 4-yard line.
And so Wyatt Vanetop will come out with an apparent injury. And on 2nd and 7 from the Watertown 24, Thompson stands in the shotgun, trips to the left. Eisenbraun at the bottom of the screen here, with Sorensen to his right in the backfield. 2nd and 7 from the Arrow 24-yard line. And Thompson gets a snap, drops back, fires left to Zach Hansen, complete. Hansen gets a block to the 20, and he'll be taken down at about the 20-yard line. That's a gain of 4. He'll set up a 3rd and short. Zach Hansen, the reliable senior starting tight end for Lincoln.
And if you're Watertown, this drive has already gone pretty bad. You're going to want to hold Lincoln to at least a field goal attempt, and this is probably about the edge of where a makeable field goal would be for Lincoln here.
Yes, it would be a 37-yard try from here as 3rd and 3. Thompson stands in the shotgun, and Thompson will try and sneak it up the middle. He will get shut down. That is about a loss of 1 on the play, and that'll set up 4th and 4, and we'll see if Lincoln goes to the kicking game here.
It's very possible that the Patriots go for it here, being 4th and short. And high school football, you don't have the greatest kickers here, but we'll see what they do. It looks like they're going to go for it.
Yes, I believe you're right. They will go for it. And yeah, why not? 4th and 3 from the 20-yard line. This is their best drive so far, trying to keep the momentum going. So 4th and 3 from the Watertown 20-yard line. Thompson stands in the gun with T to his right, trips right. Zach Hansen alone at the top of the screen. Thompson gets a snap, looks, fires. Zach Hansen in the end zone, incomplete. And that was broken up by number 8, Matthew Glines for Watertown. And a great stop. That Thompson led Hansen beautifully to the back of the end zone with that pass, but Glines was able to knock away an easy touchdown pass from Thompson.
As that's a big hold for the Arrow defense, as they started at their own 4 and then got pushed back all the way to the 20, and that was a great stand. And for Lincoln, that's a big missed opportunity that comes back to haunt teams late in the game.
So Lincoln's best drive of the game stalls at the Arrow 20-yard line. They turn over on downs for 2nd time today, and the Arrow offense will come back out with a 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Brandon Smith and company here. And Smith will stand in the pistol with Fossum behind him, 2 receivers on each side. Smith gets a snap, fakes a handoff, fires deep over the middle and incomplete, looking for number 10, Evan Falconer, but there was a flag on that and there was some pushing down there. I believe that's pass interference, most likely on Lincoln. And we'll hear what our referee, Jim Peniston, has to say.
Number 4, 15-yard penalty.
And that's a PI on number 4, Andy Blazevic. And Watertown will get a 1st down and 10 now from their own 35-yard line. Brandon Smith waits a play call from the sideline here.
So that's a big penalty for Lincoln, as now Watertown will get the ball all the way up to the 35, and hopefully that's a little momentum booster for this drive.
So Smith stands in the pistol with Fossum behind him, and 2 receivers on each side, and handoff up the middle to Fossum. He will break the first tackle, but only be able to get back to the line of scrimmage for a gain of nothing. It's making it 2nd and 10. And Brandon Smith, he's had a pretty good showing today with his arm. I could see him definitely going deep here on a few plays because it seems to have worked so far for Watertown. That's how they got their only score, 42-yard touchdown pass. And on 2nd and 9 from their 36, he will operate as he has most of this game out with a pistol, Fossum behind him, and 2 receivers on each side. Gets a snap, hand off to Fossum up the middle, and he will get small hole that closes quickly, get up to about the 36, 37-yard line. That's a gain of 1 and make it 3rd and long here. And I believe there's an injury. Yes, there's an injured Patriot on the field there that will be attended to. Both teams will head to the sideline. And we will be right back after this injury. Watertown's up 7-0, 5:38 left in the second quarter. You're watching high school football on K-Learn. Welcome back to Howard Field here after the injury to Lincoln Patriots linebacker Luke Smith. Apparently that last play was a keeper by the quarterback that fooled us up here in the booth. Brandon Smith kept that for a gain of about 6, and now it'll be 3rd and 3 from the Arrow 42-yard line as Smith stands in the pistol with Fossum behind him. The formation they've used this whole game. And Smith drops back to pass, looks right, under pressure. He's going to be sacked. A trio of Patriots there, including number 23, Johannes Tuba, will get the sack there, and that'll be a loss of 10 yards, and Watertown will be forced to punt here again. Lincoln, the defense didn't look too good on that first few drives, but they have really sharpened up here in this second quarter, and Watertown's going to be punting it away here to number 84, Logan Needles, who has had a good punt return so far today. And that'll be Blake Holden ready to punt, and that's a low hang time punt, but good distance, so bounce inside the 30. Needles will let that be down by number 4, Jake Werner, at the Patriot 21-yard line. So a good punt there by Holden, and they also have Tommy Thompson and company. 55-yard. There's a 45-yard punt there by Blake Holden, and with a good bounce after that. And so the Patriot offense will come out again. Tommy Thompson looked sharp in a few throws last drive, but they saw it at the Watertown 20-yard line, turned it over on downs.
And we gotta see, hopefully, we're gonna hope that Lincoln will maybe go down and score before the half, just to gain a little confidence. Even just 3 would help. Anything.
Thompson stands in the shotgun, trips to his left, takes a snap, fires left, caught by Needles at the 20. He'll break out of the tackle about the 22, spin again and get to about the 23-yard line. That's a gain of only 1. He caught it a few yards behind the line of scrimmage on the receiver screen. That'll make it 2nd and long for the Patriots. As number 28, Spencer checks out. And now, let's use number 26, Austin Sorensen, as Tommy Thompson stands in the shotgun with Tay to his right, 2 receivers on each side. Hand off to Tay up the middle, big hole, but that hole closes very quickly, and they'll get a gain of 1, be 3rd and 7 for Tommy Thompson and company, as Tay will check out, and Sorensen checks back in. So Patriots with the 3rd and 6 from the 26. So far a short receiver screen and a run up the middle. See if Thompson lets it go a little further here. On 3rd and 6 from their own 26-yard line, Tommy Thompson stands in the gun. There's 2 receivers on his right and a running back to his left. Or excuse me, there's 2 receivers on each side. Zach Hansen tied motions from left to right here to make it trips on the right. Thompson gets a snap, looks right, fires right, complete to Zach Hansen. Or they're going to say complete, they're going to say incomplete. Zach Hansen could not hold on to that. That would have been, believe enough for a first down, but Hansen is unable to corral the catch, and they'll send out Nolan Ransom to punt here. And the Patriot offense just goes stale again. And Ransom staying back his own 11, ready to punt to number 4 for Watertown, Jake Werner, along with number 5, Adam DeYoung. Watertown has 2 returners on this one here. And Ransom gets a snap. And it's a decent punt there. It'll go past midfield, caught by Werner at the zone 45, spins, gets to about the 46, 47-yard line, gets sent back by a few Patriots. So that Brandon Smith and this Watertown era offense will come back out. And really, ever since that drive in the first quarter where he had that 42-yard touchdown pass, Watertown offense hasn't really looked too well.
Their running game has not really done a whole lot in this game. It's been their big pass attack with long passes down the field that has scored their only touchdown of this game. Otherwise, their offense has stalled out on pretty much all of their drives.
So 1st and 10 for their own 47, Smith in the pistol. Hand off the middle to Fossum, and he will break a tackle past the 50, drag the pile to the 48-yard line. That's a gain of 5. I believe makes 2nd and 5 here for the Arrows. 2:55 and counting left in second quarter. You think eventually they'll start going into a 2-minute offense here. They have 49 yards to go for the touchdown, but they are currently letting the clock run to have Smith talk it over with Coach Hodorf. And so 2nd and 6 from the Lincoln 49-yard line. Smith in the pistol. 2 receivers on each side of him with Fossum 2 yards behind him. Smith drops back to pass, looks, fires right. That's intercepted. It's intercepted by number 22, Sam Siegel, second pick of the day. He'll get a block to the 50, to the 40, cuts up the middle of the 35, to the 30, makes another man miss, and gets to the Watertown 25-yard line. Sam Siegel's having a great day here. 2 interceptions. This last one will put Lincoln at the Watertown 25-yard line with 2:16 left in the quarter. And Sam Siegel's really bailed this team out, and Lincoln's offense really needs to step up this drive, starting with great field position at their own 26.
Yeah, that was a great play by the Lincoln defense to get some confidence back. And now, once again, Lincoln's got great field position, and this time they really need to take advantage of this.
So, 1st and 10 from the Watertown 26. Tommy Thompson stands in the, well, actually, he was standing in the shotgun. Now they're going to talk to lineman here. So he'll stand in the gun. 1st and 10 from the Watertown 26. 2:16 left in the quarter. Melvin T motions to his left. Trips on the bottom of your screen here. Trips right. And now Needles motions from right to left, making it 2 receivers on each side. Thompson drops back to pass, under pressure, rolls left. He's going to keep himself to the 25 and slides at the 22-yard line. That's a gain of 4. Make it 2nd and 6, I believe, for the Patriot offense.
It was also a great job by Thompson to slide down and scramble, didn't panic, didn't throw it away, just took the 4 yards, slid down, which is what quarterbacks should do. And now they'll set up for 2nd and 6.
And 2nd and 6 from the Watertown 22-yard line. Thompson in the shotgun. Tay to his right. Trips on the right side. And Watertown, I believe, just jumped offsides again. If that is true, that will be their 2nd offsides penalty of the game. We'll hear from referee Jim Peniston.
Dead ball. False start. Offense. Number 65. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
So, excuse me, that is a false start on number 65, Armin Hagopian. I'm sorry if I butchered that name there. So, 2nd and 11 from the Watertown 27-yard line with 1:52 and counting left to go in the 2nd quarter. Thompson stands on, gets a snap, drops back, has a lot of time, fires deep end zone, looking for Vandentop. That is a few yards over his head, and there is a flag on that one. Vandentop and number 21, Hunter Cordell, were kind of pushing and shoving each other around the goal line. We'll see who the PI call is on.
It looked like there was a push-off on number 11.
Before the pass was thrown, holding, defense, 10-yard penalty, repeat 2nd down.
And they'll be holding on the defense there. And so Lincoln gets kind of bailed out there, and they'll get the ball now set at the Watertown 18-yard line, or 17-yard line with 1:42 left in the quarter. 2nd and 2 from the 18-yard line. Tommy Thompson comes back into the huddle with the play call from Coach Fredenberg. And Lincoln could really use a nice score to even this one up right at half. Thompson stands in the shotgun with T to his right. 2 receivers on each side of him. He'll have to tee up the middle. He'll make a man miss at the 15. Cuts back to the left at the 10, and he's inside the 10, I believe, at the 9-yard line. That'll be good enough for a Patriot 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal for the Lincoln Patriots here with 1:35 left to play in the 2nd quarter.
As now Lincoln really needs to get some points as they got 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. And this would be a chip shot field goal, but they're not looking for a field goal. They're going to look for 6, being down 7-0.
They're really looking to tie it up here, like you said. And Thompson stands in the shotgun here with T to his right. Thompson, and that's a flag. Again, I believe that's movement on the line. We'll see what Peniston.
Number 8, 5-yard penalty, first down.
It's a false start on the running back, number 8, Melvin T. And they'll make it first and goal now from the 14-yard line. And just really an inexcusable penalty to have in that situation. Put your team back 5 yards when you're already having a first and goal, and Lincoln's really got to be able to avoid big mistakes like that. But they'll have first and goal from the 14-yard line. Thompson stands in the gun with T to his left, trips on the right. Thompson gets a snap, looks left, fires over the middle, incomplete. He's looking for Logan Needles, but there is a flag on that one, as that was defended by number 5, Adam DeYoung. And we'll see if that sets up Lincoln with even better field position here. We'll hear from referee Jim Peniston.
Pass interference, defense, number 5, half the distance and goal.
So a PI call there on Watertown's number 5, Adam DeYoung. They'll make it first and goal from the 7-yard line with 58 seconds left in the half. Thompson stands in the shotgun with T to his right. Thompson gets a snap, rolls right, fires over the middle, caught Logan Needles. He'll be taken down about the 4-yard line. They'll make it second and goal from the 4 with under 50 seconds to play in the quarter here. And I believe that's going to be a timeout by Lincoln. So Lincoln takes a timeout with a second and goal from the 3-yard line, trailing 7-0. We'll be right back. You're watching high school football on K-Learn.
When there's more miles, more laps, or more steps, Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine has the experts that can help you achieve more of what you want. Visit ChooseTheExperts.com to learn more about how Sanford can help you reach your more. Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine proud to be a supporter of the Sioux Falls School District.
Reach your more. Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
Welcome back to Howard Field here. Lincoln facing second goal from the Watertown 3-yard line with 49 seconds to play in the half. Thompson stands in the pistol here with Tay behind him. Hand off to T up the middle. He will get to the 1, fight his way, and he will be stopped short at about the 1 or 2 yard line. That'll make it third and goal. And with under 36 seconds left and counting, Lincoln has 2 timeouts, but time is not an issue when you're 2 yards from the goal line. Thompson will get the play call, and they'll jog out under 25 seconds now. Third and goal from the 2 yard line, under 20. Thompson stands in gun with T to his left, 2 receivers on each side of him. Under 12 seconds now. Thompson gets a snap, rolls left, fires, looking for Needles, incomplete. Will there be a flag? There won't be. And that was good defense by number 21, Hunter Cordell. We'll see if Lincoln goes for the field goal, being so close. 4th and 2 from the Watertown 2. 4th and goal from the Watertown 2. And I think they're going to send out the kicking game, or Lincoln's going to use a timeout to think about it. And so 7 seconds to play in the half. Lincoln's facing a 4th and goal from the 2 yard line. We'll be right back. You're watching high school football on K-Learn.
Move your car at this time. They're hosting an event tonight, and if your vehicle is not moved from the VIP parking lot at this time, there will be a charge. The Denny Sanford Premier Center thanks you for your attention to this matter. So if your car is parked over there close to the Denny Sanford Premier Center, you better hustle right over there and get that thing out of there before they start charging you to park there. Thank you for your attention.
Welcome back to Howard Field here. Watertown up 7-0, but Lincoln driving with 7 seconds to go in the half. They face a 4th and goal from the 2-yard line. They will send out the field goal unit. Wyatt Vandentop will kick, and Terrell Eisenbraun will hold. The backup quarterback is the holder here. Possible fake field goal here given the situation, but we'll see. And the snap is good. The spot's down. The kick is on the way, and it is good. So Lincoln does go for the field goal here, and they get 3. Make it 7-3 Watertown with 4 seconds left in the half. And, you know, great drive by Lincoln here, but almost sort of a disappointing decision. They've gone for it already twice on 4th down, or once. Almost kind of disappointing not to go for it. You're that close to the goal line, and you don't get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, but the good thing that Lincoln got out of this, they got points. Now they're on the board, and now the Watertown offense has not been great since their long touchdown pass. So hopefully they can just get a stop and then get the ball back and do the same exact thing, because their last couple drives, they've driven down the field no problem. They just haven't been able to convert them for points until that last field goal.
And so Lincoln will kick off here 4 seconds. I believe this will be the last play of the half, unless this is a touchback. Wyatt Vandentop will kick off. His first time today will be Vandentop to kick off. And back to return for Watertown are the duo of Jake Werner and Adam DeYoung. Vandentop lines up. And that's a squib. They'll try and run out the clock here. Picked up by I believe it's 44. Or no, it's number. It's picked up by a lineman for Watertown. He gets about 10-15 yards on that. Gets stopped. So at halftime here at Howard Field, it's 7-3. Watertown over Lincoln. Watertown will get the ball to start the second half. And we'll be right back. You're watching high school football on K-Learn.
And for your halftime entertainment, we have the Lincoln Advanced Team doing their prom routine. The Lincoln High Dance Team. 2017 show for Watertown. Instrument 1 and 2, Tambourine, Jungle, 19 to Peninsula, Muskegee, Welcome to the Jungle, Axel Rose, Commencement, and Johnny Richard. Compositions were arranged by Jeremy Haig with percussion arrangement by Dan Seiler. The Lincoln High School band directors are Dan Carlson and Sam Anderson. The 2018 staff includes music arranger Jeremy Haig, drill writer and visual coordinator Kevin Carlson, percussion coordinator Pete Hansen, color guard coordinator Emily Savage, sound technician and coordinator Jason Vader, and there are 27 other staff members that assist the band. Drum majors Abby Hellebank, Maddie McDermott, Megan Murphy, and Allie Benson. The Lincoln High School Marching Band has a long tradition of outstanding accomplishments. The band participated in the 1992, 1998, 2005, and 2013 Tropical Roses Parade in Pasadena, California. The band also participated in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in 1994, 2000, and 2008, as well as the Hollywood Christmas Parade in Hollywood, California in 2016. Along with these prestigious performances, the Lincoln Patriots band has competed very favorably throughout the Upper Midwest, having won sweepstakes trophies and captured at numerous local and regional competitions. In 2015 and 2017, the Lincoln Band was a Bands of America Super Regional finalist, placing 13 out of 63 bands at the St. Louis Super Regional each year. The Lincoln Band will perform in the following competitions and performances this year: in the Pursuit of Excellence at Marshall, Minnesota tomorrow, Big Sioux Review in Brandon, South Dakota, Festival of Bands here in Sioux Falls, Youth and Music Field competitions in Minneapolis, and Bands of America Super Regional in Indianapolis, Indiana. The 2018 Lincoln High School Marching Band is comprised of 236 members. That's 65 in the woodwinds, 94 in the brass, 37 in percussion, 36 in the color guard, and 4 drum majors. Patriot football team. Let's have a nice round of applause for those gentlemen who 10 years ago did something that was exciting for the Patriots. And did something that Lincoln High had never done before. Let's have a nice round of applause for those gentlemen. complete for the Lincoln Booster Club walkout for a 3-minute stay at the Terry C. Chalet. The winner is Jack Gerhagopian. Congratulations, Jack. Enjoy your 3-night stay at the Chalet at Terry C.
Welcome back to Howardwood Field here. Watertown Arrows are leading the Lincoln Patriots 7-3 here as we kick off the third quarter. Lincoln will kick off. They scored a chip shot field goal at the end of the second quarter there. Offense starting to slowly look decent with Tommy Thompson. But we'll see Brandon Smith and the Arrows offense first here as Wyatt Van Top gets ready to kick away here. Back to receive is either with 5 Jake Warner, Adam DeYoung, or number 4 Jake Warner. And that's an onside kick. Starring Lincoln's going to get the kick. And it's an onside kick working to perfection. It's Avery Rice, the defensive back, who scoops that one up and brings it to about the Watertown 35-yard line. Well, you're homecoming. You're down by 4. It's a not great start, second half for an onside kick. What do you think of that trick play to start?
Well, I think that was, a lot of people would say if they don't get that, it's a bad call, but a little surprising call. I definitely was not expecting that. So it was a big, booming start to the half.
Homecoming is a big deal, and Lincoln definitely thinks so. You know, they're actually... I think they're going to spot the ball back. I think they're going to negate Rice's run after he got the ball, but they will still give the ball to Lincoln. So Lincoln with first and 10 from their own 48-yard, or I believe it's the opposing 48-yard line. The referees got everything settled there after the good onside kick. So Tommy Thompson stands in the shotgun with Austin Sorensen to his right. 2 receivers on each side of him on a first and 10 from the Watertown 48. Thompson gets a snap, handoff Sorensen up the middle. He gains about a yard. Make it second and long here.
And it looks like linebacker Luke Smith is out of uniform on the sideline. He's in his jersey, but has taken off all his pads and taken off his pants. So it looks like he is done for the game.
And Luke Smith, that's unfortunate. He was the man who had the injury earlier today, so Lincoln is down a linebacker now. And second and 9, Tommy Thompson in the gun. Sorensen to his right. 2 receivers on each side. Zach Hansen motions from left to right here, making it trips on the right. Thompson gets a snap. Play action, fires, caught by Zach Hansen at 45, and dives to the 43-yard line. That's a gain of about 4. I'll make it third down and 5. And really, you have to be able to go down the field here after throwing an onside kick. You would hate to see something like that go to waste and not be able to convert on that. So, with 3rd and 5 from the Watertown 43-yard line, Thompson the gun. Melvin T to his left. Trips on the left also. Thompson trying to get Watertown to jump off. Gets a snap. Steps back. Looks left. Fires. Caught Logan Needles. He'll be taken down for a loss of about 2 yards. I'll make it 4th and 7-ish. And Lincoln, after brilliantly starting out the half with an onside, with covering their own onside kick, will walk to the sideline, and Tommy Thompson will jog back out on the field. They're going to go for it on 4th and 6. Honestly, better chance of getting this than with the onside kick. So Lincoln not afraid here to go for it on 4th down. And they're all 4th and 6 from the Watertown 44. They need to get to the Watertown 38-yard line for a first down. Thompson stands in the gun, T to his right. Thompson gets a snap, drops back, rolls right, fires right, complete. It's complete to number 11, Ryan Vandentop. And see where they mark it. They're going to mark that a first down.
And Vandentop was very lucky there as he fell on the ball right away. He was just barely got past the first down marker.
Yeah, that was a pretty close spot, but they will give it to Lincoln, a first down. And 1st and 10 for Lincoln from the Watertown 38-yard line. Thompson stands in the gun. Melvin T to his left. 3 receivers on the right. Logan Needles motions from right to left. Thompson drops back under pressure, rolls left. He's going to have to get rid of this one. He does. Complete to Logan Needles at the 23. Spins out a man at the 20. Breaks a man. Miss at the 10. And he is taken down at the 10-yard line. A great 28-yard passing play from Tommy Thompson to Logan Needles. And that'll set up Lincoln with, I believe, a first. No, it'll be at the 11-yard line. That's a 27-yard passing play. It'll make it 1st and 10 from the 11.
There's a flag back there at the 45-yard line. Looks like it could be a holding on Lincoln.
There is. We'll see what Jim Peniston has to say about that.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense. The penalty is declined. Result of the play, first down.
So my apologies. That was referee Tom Peniston, not Jim Peniston. And so roughing the passer calling Watertown is declined because the 27-yard pass play to Needles is worth more. So 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. Tommy Thompson the gun. T to his left. And on 1st and 10, handoff to T up the middle. He'll go to the right, and he falls at the 10-yard line. That's good for about a gain of 1. They'll make it 2nd and 9. Melvin T just slips up there and costs Lincoln a few yards on that one, but they'll have 2nd and 9 from the 10-yard line. One of those rare times where a first down, where you're inside the 10 and a first down is just going to be short of a touchdown. That's 2nd and 9 from the 10. Thompson. Hand off to T on the right side. He'll plunge through a man and get about 3 yards on that one, making it 3rd and about 6 from the 7-yard line. And the way Lincoln's been going, it would not surprise me at all if they went for it on 4th down here, how gutsy they've been so far.
Yeah, and they've done a great job driving on this play. I mean, points would be good here, but you're still trailing by 1, and who knows, your offense could never get going again. This might be your only time that you could score again. Your defense keeps playing great. You might only need to score 1 more touchdown. So
3rd and 6 from the 7-yard line. Thompson the shotgun, Sorensen to his left. And Thompson fires end zone looking for Ransom. Touchdown, Lincoln. A 7-yard touchdown from Tommy Thompson to Nolan Ransom, and the Patriots have lead for the first time today, 9-7. Nice play, just led Ransom right to the back corner of the end zone. Nolan goes up and makes a nice catch there. And the Patriots have their first touchdown of the game. So, out to 10th, the extra point will be Ryan Van den Top. And try and give Lincoln a 3-point lead here against the Arrows. And the snap's good. The spot's down. The kick on the way. It is good. And so with 8:14 left in the third quarter, Lincoln gambles with an onside kick and gets it. Gambles with a 4th down and gets it. And they now lead Watertown 10-7. We'll be right back from Howard Field. You're watching high school football on K-Learn.
Business, but it also gives you the confidence to step away and enjoy the uptime. Howard Field, Wi-Fi provided by SDN Communications.
Tony's otherworldly speed and reliance on SDN's network of over 30,000 miles of fiber keep his whole network up and running. Even IT pros up their game when they partner with SDN. Enjoy the uptime.
And welcome back to Howard Wood Field here. Lincoln up 10-7 here against the Watertown Arrows. Ryan Van den Top will kick off here. And the Arrows, who thought they were going to get the ball started second half and possibly be able to increase their lead, were fooled by the onside kick and now trail by 3. So we returned by number 4, Jake Warner. He'll get to the 25 and push out bounds about the 26-yard line. So that last drive by Lincoln was 8 plays, 48 yards, 3 minutes and 43 seconds with a 7-yard touchdown pass from Tommy Thompson to Nolan Ransom. And Brandon Smith and the Arrows offense will come out here. Now down by 3 points here. Brandon Smith will operate out of the pistol with Fossen behind him. 2 receivers on each side. Smith. Receiver Warner motions. They'll be a keeper, will be Fossum keeping it, and he will get back to the line. I believe that was a gain of 1. They'll give him to the 28-yard line there. And so it'll be 2nd and 9 for the Arrows here from their own 28-yard line. This Arrow offense has kind of gone quiet after a great start. A nice 42-yard touchdown pass earlier, but now facing 2nd and 9 from their 28. Smith keeps it, and he is thrown down by number 88, Mitch Iacker. And, the way he was trying to fake it to running back, I don't think him and the running back were on the same page. It looked like, he faked it to no one and decided to keep it himself, and I think that's just a mental error by Watertown's quarterback there.
Watertown really needs to get it together because this Patriot offense has been hot lately towards the end of the second half and start of the third quarter. They can't be getting down 2 scores in this game because their offense has struggled so far.
And 3rd and 13 for the Arrows here from their own 24-yard line. Brandon Smith stands in the pistol, 2 receivers on each side, Fossen behind him. Smith drops back to pass, fires deep on left side, looking for Falconer, incomplete. There will be no flag there. Good defense by number 28, Spencer Wasmund. And Watertown will be forced to punt here. And Lincoln will get the ball back with the lead and possibly some momentum here about midway through the third quarter. And punting for Watertown is number 41, Blake Holden. He's had a 45-yard punt earlier today. And it'll be a low snap. Holden gets it, punts it. This is a good punt. This will be returned by muffed by the return by Logan Needles, and they'll see who gets the ball. I think that'll still be Lincoln football. And it is, but that was just a little mental error by the return man there as he muffs it and has to dive forward to recover it, or Watertown was just that close to having the ball in decent field position. But Tommy Thompson and company will come back out here with 6:33 left in third quarter. Thompson will operate out of the shotgun here. Melvin T to his right. On 1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line. They give it to Logan Needles. He'll do a reverse and back. He'll get to the 40, to the 45, and tackled at the 46-yard line. That's a gain of 4. Make it 2nd and 6. Both teams seem to be using a lot of wide receiver motions here and have given their receivers quite a bit of carries from the backfield so far.
Yes, and that's been the main part of Watertown's offense, as I could see that from their first drive. I'd say about 70% of their plays have just been wide receiver motions. A few times they've carried the ball, but Watertown trying to get some motion in their offense with their running game being very unsuccessful today.
So now 2nd and 6 from their own 46-yard line. Tommy Thompson operates out of the shotgun. Melvin T to his right. Trips on the left side here. And Thompson gives it up to T. He'll cut to the left. No one's there. He'll make a man miss and get to about the 46-yard line, back to the line of scrimmage. The little to no gain on that one. Make it 3rd and 6 here for Thompson. If you're Tommy Thompson, Lincoln, you're really trying to get a score here and make it 2-score game against these hot Watertown Arrows here. 3-1 Arrows. And on 3rd and 6 from their own 46-yard line, Tommy Thompson operates out of the shotgun. It's Austin Sorensen to his left. Trips on the right side here. Thompson gets the snap, drops back, rolls right. Looking, firing, incomplete. He's looking for Nolan Ransom, but there were 3 Arrow defenders in the area. I'll make it 4th and 6. And Ransom will probably stay on the field here to punt it. And that's what they're going to do. Tommy Thompson takes his helmet off, walks to the sideline.
That's a big stop for the Arrow defense, as momentum is definitely on Lincoln's side right now, as that was a big 3 and out there to get the ball right back.
And 4th and 6 from their own 46. Nolan Ransom will punt. Watertown with Werner and DeYoung as their returners. Snap to Ransom. It's a good snap. And good punt by Ransom. It will be returned by DeYoung. And he muffs it. And Lincoln's going to get the ball at the Watertown 27-yard line. The last punt by each team has been muffed. Lincoln was able to still recover theirs, but Watertown fails at that. And it's going to be a good return here. But I believe that's the tight end, Zach Hansen, sort of limping off the field there, about the 40-yard line. He's going to come out of the game here. He's walking gingerly on his legs here. But, well, he'll head to the medical table, check on him in a moment. But 1st and 10 from the Watertown 27 here. Tommy Thompson's offense has new life. He'll get the snap. Quick receiver screen, and that is almost intercepted. And that was looking for wide Vandentop. Number 10 for Watertown, Evan Falconer, was there on the defense. But there's a flag, and we'll hear from our referee, Tom Peniston, to see what that's all about.
That looked like a very early hit on Watertown, which will likely be a pass interference.
Most likely. I don't even think he got the ball before he got hit.
There is no foul for pass interference. The pass is completed behind the line of scrimmage.
So with that pass being completed behind the line of scrimmage, they will not call a penalty on that. We'll make it 2nd and 10 from the 27-yard line. Zach Hansen is walking under his own power, and he might be heading to the locker room, possibly. No, he is talking with the trainer. We'll get back with him momentarily. 2nd and 10. Thompson gets a snap, rolls left, fires. That ball is intercepted in the end zone by number 5, Adam DeYoung, and the ball was intended for Nolan Ransom. Ransom seemed to think that ball might be heading out of bounds. Instead, that ball headed deeper into the end zone, and that was intercepted by DeYoung, who just fouled it perfectly to the end zone.
And that was a great redemption by DeYoung, as on the punt, he was just stuck between, should I go get it or should I let it go, and then decided too late, hit off his chest. But great job by DeYoung there to get some revenge on himself and get the ball back for the Arrows to hopefully score a touchdown.
So Lincoln, obviously, now what they want after that is Tommy Thompson interception. With him and Ransom had some miscommunication on that. That ball looked like it was heading out of bounds. But nonetheless, Brandon Smith and the Arrow offense will operate from their own 20-yard line, 1st and 10 with 5:18 left in the third quarter, trailing 10-7. And the referee will jog out here. Possibly a problem with the spotting. No, we just need to get in his position. So, Smith operates, interesting here, out of the shotgun. That's 4 receivers on the left side, including the tight end Blake Holden. And Smith gets a snap and a screen to Holden. He'll catch it at 15, to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, to the 35, to 40, 45 midfield. Blake Holden to the 40 and gets tackled at the 32-yard line. Well, that was a big play, a 48-yard pass from Brandon Smith to Blake Holden, the tight end, and for a 6'3", 265-pound tight end, he sure could run down the field. That was some pretty impressive speed there. Watertown will get to the line here. 1st and 10 from the Lincoln 31. Brandon Smith will operate out of the shotgun. Alone, 4 receivers on the right here. They're using the same formation. Gets snapped. Here's the quarterback. That's not Brandon Smith. Oh, no, that is Brandon Smith. Excuse me there. He ran it up the middle and got his quarterback keeper. And he got gain of 1 on that one. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
As that was a big play a couple plays ago by Watertown to get deep into the territory, and little momentum booster as that was a big play.
Smith, 2nd and 9 from his 30, still using this 4 receivers on the right. Smith, it's a quick screen now to Parker Schmidt. He'll make a man miss and get taken down at the 24-yard line. That will be a gain for 6, make it 3rd and short. And see if Watertown keeps using this 4 receivers to a side offense that they have this drive. That seemed to work thanks to the huge play, the 48-yard play to 49-yard play to Blake Holden. It'll be 3rd and 3 here from the Lincoln 24-yard line here. Smith stands in the shotgun. Lone in backfield again. Takes a snap. Smith looks left. End zone. Caught. Touchdown. Number 4, Jake Werner. A great 24-yard touchdown passer from Brandon Smith, showing off his arm again. Jake Werner halts at one end, and Watertown retakes the lead here, 13-10. That was a pretty nice throw by Brandon Smith right there.
Yes, it was, as he's made a few very good throws in this game, including that one all the way back in the first quarter, as about 3 big plays that have propelled the Arrows to 2 touchdowns. And other than these 2 long plays, as this drive with Holden, last drive with Evan Falconer.
K. Drums' extra point is good, and the Arrows retake the lead here on a nice drive there. They'll take a 14-10 lead here with 3:32 left to go in the third quarter. Arrows lead, and Patriots 14-10. You're watching high school football on Kaler.
Preparing to kick off for the Watertown Arrows is number 4, Cade Webster. Deep to the right for West. 17 King and number 84 Needle.
Welcome back to Howard Field here. The Watertown Arrows lead the Lincoln Patriots 14-10 with 3:32 left to play in the third quarter. That last touchdown drive by Watertown was 4 plays and 80 yards. capped off by a 24-yard touchdown pass from Smith to Warner, and that's a pooch kick. Not pooch kick, excuse me, a short kick. A lot of hang time. That'll be fair caught at about 29-yard line. And so Lincoln's offense will come back out now. Third quarter's been one touchdown by each team. And Tommy Thompson and his Lincoln Patriots will come back out here. Down now, 14-10. From their own 29-yard line. 1st and 10, Thompson in the gun, T to his left. 2 receivers on the right. Thompson gets the handoff to T on the right side. He makes a man miss up, cuts up the middle to the 35, makes another man miss to the 40, and Melvin T gets a nice 11-yard run there, good enough for a Lincoln Patriots first down. And Melvin T's really been the best back today so far for Lincoln. Austin Sorensen's kind of been spelled for him. And so 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line. Tommy Thompson stands in the shotgun with T to his right. Terrell Eisenbraum is to his bottom of his screen. And T gets a handoff up the middle, gets the 45 to the 50, across the 50 to the 48-yard line. That's good enough for a gain of 12 from Melvin T. And another Patriot first down. 2 straight runs from Melvin T getting first downs for Lincoln. And this running game for both teams has been pretty weak this game, but it's finally starting to come around with Melvin T.
Yes, as T has shown, he's been the #1 running back so far, as he's showed off his agility and quickness on the field, as he's had 2 very good runs to start this drive.
11 rushes, 42 yards so far for T, and 1st and 10 from the opposing 49-yard line. Thompson stands in the gun. And Thompson gets that handoff to Sorensen on the right side. Sorensen makes a man miss and gets about a gain of 2 or 3 yards. I'll make it 2nd and long for Austin Sorensen. Gets a decent run there. And now there's a flag, and Tommy Thompson's very upset here. And we'll hear from a referee, Tom Peniston, what this is all about.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, offense, number 77, taunting. That is his first unsportsmanlike conduct of the contest.
So that penalty is on unsportsmanlike conduct, number 77, Noah Brown, the offensive lineman. Taunting was the call, and that's going to set Lincoln back about, I believe, 15 yards. And what a stupid penalty there. I mean, if you get a taunting call, you set your back team 15 yards over what, a 3-yard run? Well, now 2nd and 23 for Lincoln. Thompson stands in the shotgun. 2 receivers on each side of him. Man in the backfield, Thompson, low snap. He's keep it off the middle. It's on design carry, and Tommy Thompson slides at the 43-yard line, gets a gain of 5. That was on design keeper. The exchange didn't go too well. They've been trying to exchange with Austin Sorensen, so he decides to keep it. Gets a solid gain there. It'll be 3rd and 18. And long play here. You assume you'd see Thompson try out the arm again. Last time that was attempted, it was an interception in the end zone. But gotta keep trying here. So,
and Watertown getting the ball back, that's a big killer penalty for Lincoln that might just kill their drive, as they really needed to get
kills the
going.
drive. That's just bad. And Tommy Thompson's going to take a timeout here, and he's down. And Lincoln burns their first time out of the half. They're trailing 14-10. 1:40 left in the 3rd quarter. We'll be right back. You're watching high school football on K-Learn. Back to Howard Field here. Watertown will lead the Lincoln Patriots 14-10 here. Lincoln has a 3rd and 18 from their own 43-yard line. Set back after a taunting penalty on offensive lineman Noah Brown. And so they'll have 3rd and 18 from their own 43-yard line here. Sun's starting to become sort of an issue here as it's setting Tommy Thompson has to shield his eyes here as he looks over to his coach, Jared Fredenberg, for the call. And on 3rd and 18 from their own 43, Thompson yells out the play here. He will stand in the shotgun with Melvin T to his left, trips right here. And Thompson gets a snap, drops back, looks, under pressure, needs some time for receivers to get downfield. He's under pressure, rolls left, he's going to take off with it, and he gets thrown down by number 41, Blake Holdney, tight end, punter, defensive lineman mix for Watertown. And just Thompson needs some time to let his receivers get downfield. They recovered. He didn't have the pocket start collapsing. He tried to run, and he got about a gain of maybe 2 yards or so. And Tommy Thompson is upset. I think he might be hurt. Yeah, Tommy Thompson is definitely hurt on that. He is walking using support of his head coach. And this is not what Lincoln Patriot fans want to see here. A quarterback not being able to walk off under his own weight. And we assume Terrell Eisenbraun will come in for quarterback on the next drive if Thompson is not. He takes his helmet off. He's going to sit on the bench here. Nolan Ransom will punt it away. And that ball bounced to 30 to 25. Picked up at the 20 by DeYoung, and he is taken down at the 21-yard line. That's a nice tackle there from Lincoln by, I believe that was number 14, Avery Rice. If you're at Lincoln at this point, you just had a taunting penalty, cost you a drive, and now your starting quarterback is hurt, and it's really rough right now.
Yes, it is, and their defense is going to have to make some really big plays, either their defense or their special teams on some punt return or interception, just to give their offense some field position to get some points, because starting quarterback hurt, Terrell Eisenbraun will come in, probably very inexperienced at a quarterback. He is a senior, so maybe he's started in the past. But we'll see how he does. He
did start last weekend. Tommy Thompson's jogging around the sideline trying to loosen up. We'll see how that goes. But Watertown with 1st and 10 from their own 21-yard line. Smith, once again using that 4 receivers on the right, will complete to Blake Holden. He will get a gain of about 4 yards. And Watertown, for most of the second half, has used a 4-receiver on a side formation. It's a pretty interesting formation they got going there. And we'll make it 2nd and 7 for Watertown. Tommy Thompson is still yet to be determined whether he will come out for the next drive. Obviously, we'll see as Ransom steps back. Fires deep left for Warner. Incomplete. Good defense there by Avery Rice. And they'll make it 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7 for the Watertown Arrows. 3rd and 7 with 14 seconds left to play in third quarter. They face a 3rd and 7 from their own 24-yard line. Brandon Smith.
This might be the last play of the third quarter, and this is an incompletion, but otherwise this will take us to the fourth quarter.
Yes, so the final play, once again, Watertown operates with 4 wide receivers on the right. Smith gets a snap, drops that quick throw on the left to Werner, caught the 35. And he gets taken on 36-yard. That's good enough for a first down for the Watertown Arrows. They will have a first down from the 36. They move the chains, stop the clock, and see if Watertown tries for a play here or if they will just walk the time off, and that's what I believe they're going to do. So both teams will jog off the field here. It'll be the end of the third quarter. Watertown Arrows lead the Lincoln Patriots 14-10 here from Howard Field. You're watching high school football on K-Learn. Welcome back to Howard Field. Here, Arrows lead 14-10. They have a 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line. Smith stands alone in the shotgun, trips left, or trips right, and it'll be given to Jake Warner. He'll take out the backfield to the 35 and gets thrown down at the 37-yard line by, I believe that's Jacob Randall. And a short gain. That'll make it 2nd and 10. That's no gain. Excuse me. And so they will have a 2nd and 10 from their own 37-yard line. 4 wide receivers on the right. Brandon Smith stands in the shotgun. Gets a snap, steps back. Smith fires deep left for Warner. Caught at the 26-yard line. A huge play for Lincoln there. That is a 37-yard gain, I believe. And that will set them up great at the Lincoln 25-yard line.
Yes, that's a big play for the Watertown Arrows, as looks like they could score again, and Lincoln's offense has struggled, so they could put this game out of reach here.
And so, 1st and 10 from the Lincoln 25-yard line. Smith drops back, fires quick swing, caught Blake Holden. He makes a man, breaks out of a tackle, and he will go up to about the 23-yard line. That's a gain of 2. Update on the sideline. Tommy Thompson is kneeling on the sideline, helmet off. We're not sure yet, but Terrell Eisenbraun does have his helmet on and is standing with the rest of the players. Thompson kind of alone in his own little area. And we'll see how that unfolds when the Patriot offense gets back on the field. So Brandon Smith stands in the shotgun, 4 wide receivers on his right. His new favorite formation, apparently. From the 23, gets a snap, looks, fires, end zone for Werner. Intercepted by Sam Siegel, his 3rd interception of the game, and he is keeping Lincoln in this with a great 3-turnover performance. And you know what? I think Tommy Thompson will come back into the game here for Lincoln. He's over by the sideline. And if you're Watertown, that's the 3rd interception of the day for Smith. And just really unfortunate turnover right there. So
yeah, that was a big turnover for the Patriots, as it looked like Watertown was driving and maybe would put another one into the end zone. But the Patriots stopped that, and now they got the ball with Tommy Thompson back in the game.
And Tommy Thompson, while injured, never missed an offensive snap. Now has 1st and 10 from zone 20, trailing by 4 with 10:20 and counting. Left in the 4th quarter, gets a snap, handoff to Sorensen on the left, makes a man miss, breaks a tackle, and gets thrown down hard at the 27-yard line. There's going to be a penalty on that one. He was just unnecessarily thrown into the ground, and we'll hear from our referee, Tom Peniston, to confirm that.
personal foul. Defense, number 41. Unnecessary hit on the defensive player. 15-yard penalty.
So that's a 15-yard penalty on number 41, Blake Holden, for throwing down the running back, Austin Sorensen. They'll make it 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Look at so far in this game. Tommy Thompson, 15 to 25 for 126 yards, 1 touchdown interception. Melvin T, 10 rushes for 48 yards. Austin Sorensen, 8 for 20, and Sorensen gets the ball again. He'll go up the middle and cut to the left and get a gain of about 1 or 2 on that one, make it 2nd and long. And you look at some of these stats here. You know, Watertown has 14 rushes for 4 yards. Lincoln has 27 for 69 there, winning the rushing game. However, they're losing the passing game. Penalties are relatively similar, 47 and 45 yards respectively. Lincoln also is owning time of possession here, 21 minutes compared to Watertown's 12. And on 2nd and 8 from their own 41, Thompson stands in the shotgun, T to his right, 2 receivers on each side, and Thompson will toss it to T, and T will get to 40 to 45. Makes a man miss at the 50. Melvin T gets strung up about the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a Lincoln Patriot first down. Melvin T just adds to his rushing total there. Lincoln's top receivers so far include Logan Needles, 7 catches for 46 yards, and Wyatt Van atop 4 for 55. Nolan Ransom has 1 catch, but it was a 7-yard touchdown.
There's a flag.
There's a flag. This game's starting to get a bit chippy here, and we'll hear from referee Tom Peniston.
After the play was over, dead ball, personal foul, unnecessary contact with a man obviously out of the play, number 57. The first down was gained after the penalty.
And so, an unnecessary roughness call on number 57, Grant Triber, the star offensive lineman for the Patriots, who is committed to go to Iowa State next year and play for the Cyclone football team, has this cost Lincoln. Lincoln has had 2 offensive linemen. That'll cost them 30 yards worth of unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, and that's just really weird and unacceptable here. They'll have a 1st and 10 back up at their own 36-yard line. Tommy Thompson stands in the shotgun here, and Thompson hands off to Austin Sorensen. He'll get a gain of, actually he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll make it 2nd and 10 still, and really just not a good showing here by Lincoln's offensive lineman here. Some poor choices. And now 2nd and 9 from their own 37. Trailing 14 to 10 with 8:42 and counting left in the game. Tommy Thompson stands in the shotgun. And he gets a snap hand off to Sorensen. He'll go to the right side and be thrown down hard at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Austin Sorensen looks to be saying something to a Watertown player. Walks away. And Lincoln Watertown is not your South Dakota top rivalry by any standards, but there's some mixed motions going on here in this game with a few unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. But now 3rd and 7 from their own 39-yard line. Tommy Thompson stands in the gun. Gets a snap, drops back. Under pressure, fires over the middle. Incomplete. In and out of the hands of Wyatt Vandertop. Tommy Thompson thrown to the ground there, and he is slow to get up, but he does under his own power. Will walk off the field. Obviously dejected. They're 4th and 7. And Grant Triber, he's a great athlete going to Iowa State, a 4-star recruit, but that's a really unfortunate penalty on him for, sportsmanlike conduct there, and Lincoln will have to punt now with Nolan Ransom. Back to return, Watertown will only send Adam DeYoung now to return. They are done with the 2 return men, I believe. And 7:57 left. Ransom gets a ball. Punts this one. That's a short, quick punt. That will bounce at the 33, inside the 30, and be out of bounds at the Watertown 27-yard line. So the Arrows offense will take over here. leading 14-10 with 7:47 left in fourth quarter. You're watching high school football on K-Learn. Welcome back to Howardwood Field here. And Watertown has the ball here. 1st and 10 from their own 27-yard line. Smith hands off up the middle to Fossum, and Fossum gets to the 39-yard line. His best carry of the day, his 12-yard rush there. And back to that Lincoln 3rd down there. The student section was starting a let's get fired up chant, a classic chant here in high school. But to do that when you're on offense, that could have distracted Vandentop there. Kind of a silly thing to do.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. That's what I was kind of wondering too, as it could have very distracted him to get him on that drop, as wasn't very smart by the Lincoln cheerleaders on student section.
And 1st and 10 from their own 39-yard line. Handoff to Fossum. They'll try him again. He'll get to 43-yard line. It's a gain of 4. And suddenly, Brett Fossum, who has had 5 rushes for 9 yards heading into the fourth quarter, has now had has gained his total to at least around 25 here. And waiting for the call from Coach Hodorf.
Fossum has really picked up his running game lately, as that can keep up. That'd be good for this Watertown offense.
So 2nd and 6, Smith hands off to Fossum, and Smith keeps it on himself, 45 to 50, cuts left to the 45, still on his feet at the 40, inside the Lincoln 40-yard line to the 38-yard line. That's a nice gain of about 19 yards there to the 38-yard line, and Brandon Smith with a nice run there.
And there's that ability for Brandon Smith to run the football, as we've seen that a few times this game on that fake handoff quarterback keeper, kind of the read option play.
So Watertown will have a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. The lights are now on at Howardwood Field. Sun is setting. This game will probably be over before it gets dark, but just in case. Smith hands off to Fossum. He goes up the middle for a gain of about 1 yard. Make it 2nd and long here. They're starting to feed Brett Fossum the ball, and why not? You're up by 4. Trying to kill some clock here. The clock's under 6 minutes here. They have 2nd and 10 here. Lincoln obviously will get the ball back, but whether they're only down by 4 or 7 or more is yet to be determined.
Yeah, and Lincoln really needs to get the ball back down 1 possession. They cannot afford going down 2 possessions, especially with the way their offense has struggled with only 4 minutes left, possibly by the time they get it back.
And Smith hands off to Fossum up the middle, or he keeps himself to the 35 to the 30-yard line goes Brandon Smith, and that's an 8-yard gain, good enough to make it 3rd and short here for the Watertown Arrows offense. Under 5:20 left to play in the game here. They are milking down this play clock and game clock. And we'll see here. The call is on 3rd and 3. They've just fed Fossum this drive so far, or had Smith keep it himself. And the Lincoln players on the sideline, including Logan Needles, are going to get this student section fired up. This is when you get fired up, when you're on defense with a 3rd and 3, not when you're trying to convert a 3rd and long. So 3rd and 3 from the 31-yard line. Smith hands off Fossum up the middle. Maybe breaks out of a tackle, but he will be shut down about the 29-yard line. That's going to be just short. And now we'll see Watertown if they'll send out Cade Rumsa for the kick, or if they'll try and go for it on 4th and short. That's a gain of 2. Will make it 4th and 1 from the 29-yard line. Under 4:28 to play left in this one. Arrows up by 4.
It's what looked like you see a quarterback sneak here. It's about 4th and a half a yard, not even a yard. It's really close to that marker.
And so 4th and 1 for the Arrows from the Lincoln 29-yard line. We'll check. The tight end Blake Holton will come out of the game here. He might have been useful for us. It's possibly a fullback in this option, but they're going to call a timeout. This play clock is under 5 seconds, and the Arrows will think about what to do on 4th and short here from the Lincoln 29-yard line, up 14-10 with 3:49 left to play in the fourth quarter here. We'll be right back. You're watching high school football on K-Learn. Howard Field here. Watertown facing a 4th and 1 from the Lincoln 29-yard line, up 14-10. Smith alone in the backfield, stands in shotgun. Holden motions. He's going to take the snap, and Blake Holden will sneak it. And I think he got a first down. I said a minute ago, why would you take out Blake Holden? You could use him for something on this 4th and short, and I think they just got it. A sneak by the tight end goes for about 1 yard. That's good enough for a Watertown first down with 3:45 left in this game. And now, as I said, I didn't think Watertown would be able to milk out the clock, but that's a possibility. Now Lincoln left with 2 timeouts here, and the next play will be snapped with under 3.5 minutes remaining. You got to start using your 2 timeouts here if you're Coach Jared Fredenberg. And Smith, high snap, hands up, Fossum up the middle to the 25. Dives across to the 21-yard line. That's a good gain of 6, and good enough to make it 2nd and 4. And if you're Watertown, you just stick with the running game here, and Lincoln's going to call a timeout. Fredenberg uses his second one. They'll be left with 1 timeout, trailing by 4 with 3:20 left. You're watching high school football on K-Learn. And 2nd and 5 for Watertown now from the Lincoln 22-yard line. Smith in the gun, Fossum to his left, assume a running play for Fossum, and it is. Fossum gets a huge hole and gets to the 10-yard line. That's a big gain of 12 yards and a first down for the Watertown Arrows here. And that is killer because they're going to have the first down here from about the 10. I'm not sure if it's 1st and goal yet, or if it's going to be a 1st and... I believe that's first. They're going to give it, I believe, 1st and goal. Yep. So 1st and goal from the 10-yard line here with under 3 minutes to play in the game. Watertown's up 14-10. Brandon Smith stands in the shotgun with Fossum to his left. 2 receivers on each side, and Falconer motions. They'll give it to Falconer. There's a flag on the play. Falconer gets inside the 10 to the 5-yard line, but there's a flag. There might be something illegal there about that offensive play. And we'll hear from our referee, Jim Peniston. Tom Peniston, my bad.
Illegal shift, offense, 5-yard penalty, replay first down.
So an illegal shift on Watertown, and there'll be a 5-yard penalty, and they'll stop the clock with 2:47 left in the game here. First and goal from the 15-yard line Brandon Smith stands in the pistol, Fossen behind him. We haven't seen the pistol for a while, but they're going back to it. 2 receivers on each side. 2:37 and counting. We're just going to keep milking this play clock here. Goes under 10 seconds. Smith, receiver motions, gets a snap, handoff to Fossen up the middle. He gets a gain of about 2 to 13-yard line. And we'll see if Lincoln chooses to keep their timeout. They will. Lincoln with 1 timeout remaining, and the clock will be under 2 minutes by the time this next play is snapped, with 2nd and goal from the 13-yard line. And a decent ways to go if you're Watertown. Probably you can't get first down to run off the clock because you need a touchdown. Might be able to set up for a field goal and give Lincoln little to no time left here. But 2nd and goal from the 13-yard line. Smith in the pistol. Gets a snap, hand off to Fossa, or off the middle. He'll fight his way to about the 11-yard line. That'll make it 3rd and goal from the 11. And Coach Jared Frenberg will use his last timeout for the Lincoln Patriots. Watertown's up 14-10 here with 1:44 left to go in the game, facing a 3rd and goal from the Lincoln 11. We'll be right back from Howard Field. You're watching Football on Kalen. Big play here. 3rd and goal from the 11-yard line for Watertown, leading 14-10 here. Smith stands in the pistol, Fossen behind him. Receiver motion, Werner motions, and Smith will go back to pass. Look, fire, end zone, and that ball drops dead at about the 4-yard line. No one was there. Sam Siegel caught the ball, but the ball hit the ground before then, so it'll be 4th and goal. And we assume they'll send out the kicker, Cade Rumsa.
And I think that's a very interesting decision to throw the ball. They could have ran the clock to about 50 seconds by the time, and Lincoln would have the ball back with 50 seconds and no timeouts. I don't think it'd be pretty hard for them to score with no timeouts. Now they're going to get about a minute 20, minute 30 to score.
We'll see, though. Are they down by 4? Are they down by 7? Cade Keenum will attempt about a 28-yard field goal, left half snap, good spot down, kick on the way. It's got the distance. It is good. And the Watertown Arrows convert their first field goal attempt of the day. They lead 17-10 here with 1:36 left. So Lincoln now will be down by 7 points with no timeouts left, with assuming about 90 seconds here. Tommy Thompson, the sophomore quarterback, will get his first, not his first, but a huge 2-minute drill right here. And if you're a Tommy Thompson, the running game's been okay with Melvin T, but it's really you can't really be doing that here. So we'll see how Tommy Thompson's connections with Ransom and Hanson and Needles show today. Thompson so far is 16 to 25, 138 yards. No touchdowns and 1 interception. Or excuse me, 1 touch and 1 interception. He's also been hurt in this game, but was able to come back without missing an offensive play. So Lincoln Watertown, this is a really interesting game here with 1:36 left. Watertown will kick off. Cade Rumsa. And we'll kick off from the 40-yard line as a standard. Back to receive, we assume will be Logan Needles, but standing back there as insurance is Leo Kay.
And Lincoln really needs a long return here to set up good field position.
And here's Rumster with the kick. And it's a short kick. Interesting call. Zach Hansen retrieves at 32-yard line, gets shut down at about the 36. So Watertown opts for a short kick there when they could have easily sent the ball probably into the end zone, or at least had Needles let it go into the end zone. But instead, here comes Tommy Thompson, trailing 17-10 with 1:33 left in the game, no timeouts. You have a 1st and 10 from his own 38-yard line. The young sophomore quarterback faced with a daunting challenge here. First play, he operates out of the shotgun with Melvin Teeters left, 2 receivers on each side. Thompson gets a snap, drops back, looks, fires left, intercepted. And that was quick. Adam DeYoung for Watertown will intercept that one at the 43-yard line. And Tommy Thompson, well, he got one play in on that crucial drive, but the receiver was Zach Hansen, I believe. That isn't Hansen's fault. It's just a poorly placed ball, and that is going to end the game. Watertown will be able to kneel out the clock here and easily run this. This has been a good game. I think you'd agree with me. It's been a close sort of defensive battle, but the offense has been good too.
Yes, it has. And this is probably tough, really tough for Lincoln to lose their homecoming game. You never want to lose your homecoming game. You always want to come in, get a win, be all happy for the dance after the game. But it's a tough loss for the Patriots.
And tough on Tommy Thompson. He's had a rough day here. Interception that could have been a touchdown to Nolan Ransom in the end zone. Just goes astray. And he gets a huge drive on the first play. It's an interception by Adam DeYoung. He's definitely redeemed himself after a muffed punt. But Lincoln, give some credit. It's their homecoming. They have executed they've been a little gutsy today. They've gone for it on some 4th downs. They execute an onside kick to start this half that led to their touchdown of the game, making it 10-7 at the time. Watertown has called a timeout here. I'm not really sure what they're trying to do. You assume they just kneel the clock here.
And the Arrows will improve to 4-1 after today and will host Harrisburg next weekend, as the Patriots will fall to 1-4 as they will travel to Yankton, a place where Sioux Falls Roosevelt, the number 2 team in the state, had a lot of trouble with last week, as now the Arrows will just take a knee.
This game also got chippy at some times. We've had 2 Lincoln Patriot offensive linemen get unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, Noah Brown and Grant Triber respectively, along with Watertown getting a unnecessary roughness call on a hard tackle on Austin Sorensen. There's only 1 snap left here for Watertown. They can just milk this clock down. We presume
this is a big win for Watertown, coming to Sioux Falls versus not a bad Lincoln team at all. They are 1-4, but their record does not show what good of a team they actually are.
Lincoln will fall to 1-4, but they could easily be 2-2 with a hard loss to Brandon Valley and a close loss here. And this is just rough one for Lincoln Patriots here. We'd like to thank our cameraman Jeff Little, Mark Johnson, along with our producer Matt May and our statistician Austin Merrow here. They've helped us produce this game very well. And this will be the final play here for the Watertown of the game. Smith takes the knee, and that's all she wrote here. The Watertown Arrows have beaten the Lincoln Patriots 17-10 here at Howard Wood Field. Along with Brent Bowen, I'm August Mills saying so long. We'll see you next week for Washington versus Brookings. You've been watching high school football on Kaler.